Hey, hi, hello. My name is Birdie, and welcome to my tiny corner of the internet. Before we get into today's video, I did just want to say thank you so much for over 300 subscribers. I feel like I just hit 100 not that long ago, so to log into my account today and see just over 300 really made my day, and I just wanted to say thank you. So without further ado, let's get into the very first episode of my Odessa's Consequence Let's Play. Alrighty, my friends, here we are outside of Gabriel's home. He now lives in Evergreen Harbor in Grimm's Quarry. This lot was built by Urban Sims. You can find it on her gallery under Rockridge Springs. And I've played it in this lot for quite a while. I did make some minor changes to it just to fit my personal gameplay, but let's go check on Gabriel. So, Gabriel is not doing so great this morning. As you can tell from the opening machinima, he had a pretty rough night, and it shows in his moodlets this morning. So, he is actually still pretty tipsy. He was not able to really sleep off the alcohol. He's exhausted. He did have a massive hangover buff, but that has gone away since he is asleep again. So, he had a really rough night. His needs are pretty okay. They're actually all pretty good except for his energy. And so he is just kind of sleeping off the night before. He does have work in 4 hours. So let me kind of explain his job a little bit. This is from the entertainment overhaul mod that A Deep Indigo made. He has different options, or your Sims rather have different options for their job title if they're in the entertainment career. I have him as a disc jockey, and so podcast DJ, I don't really see him being a podcast DJ. I would like to think that he is like, he works at a local radio station and he really just helps out, kind of like how an intern would, but he's not an intern. I don't know what the positions of a radio job are, so I'm just kind of flying with that. I like to assume that he goes to work and he does the cleaning and organizes like CDs and stuff. Maybe does like some of the scheduling. I'm not sure exactly like what he would do, but that's just kind of how it is in my mind. So he's not like a podcast DJ. He doesn't have a podcast. So he does go to work in 3 hours now. We're going to let him sleep for about another hour, and I'm going to go into his relationships and kind of explain what went down between him and Odessa. They are total opposites. One says hot, the other says be quiet. One says black, the other says go away. What total opposites. Their engagement has been broken off. He was told that they had a child together. She cheated on Gabriel, and then he found out that Shiloh, his newest child, in quotations, was not his daughter. So they have split, and he is deeply wounded. Some wounds take a long, long time to heal. Being around Odessa brings up painful memories for Gabriel. So finding out that the newest baby was not his baby is not sitting well with him, hence the excessive alcohol consumption. He recently moved into this house. I want to say like he's only been here for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and he's not handling things well. This is the most out of control. We're going to pretend like he didn't text us. This is the most out of control his life has been since his father died, and he is just really not handling things well at all. So I'm just going to let him wake up now, and he's got the hungover buff again. All he really does at this moment is just drink. So I am going to have him use the restroom. We're going to have him brush his teeth. And then we'll have him go to work here soon. And while he's doing that, let's kind of show off his house a little bit. So because he has moved in very recently, he does not have a lot going on in this home. It's just kind of boxes and moving stuff. He has empty beer bottles everywhere, dishes everywhere, like empty cereal boxes. He just put up his main things like his furniture and like a record player, you know, the basics. And in this room right here, this is supposed to be his daughter's room, Noah, but Noah was taken from him, and we will see why in a little bit. It's not at all what he wanted, but right now he does not have Noah with him, and he has not seen Noah in probably about the amount of time he's lived here. Just very unfortunate circumstances. So actually, I don't know if he's going to have enough time to eat, but we're going to see. He doesn't have any leftovers, so we're just going to do a quick meal. If I can find it, we're just going to do cereal and have him eat a little bit before he goes to work. He does work 2 to 10, so he's got a while before he actually gets to come home, and he's already starting to feel tired again. He's hungover. So Gabriel is just going to eat his cereal and head to work. And while he is working, we are going to go check up on Odessa. I do not like the hair that this job gave him. We'll fix that. But for now, let's just go and check up on Odessa and what she and the kids are doing. Okay, so here we are at the Howell household. This lot was built by Sim Lissy. It is on her YouTube channel, and I did kind of gut the whole inside and just rebuild it how I wanted in my game. But anyway, let's go check on the Howells. So it looks like Rhiannon just put baby Shiloh down for maybe a nap. I'm assuming it's for a nap, but we're actually going to give her a bottle instead. Choose bottle feeding. Gonna give her a bottle. Noah is over here playing with her blocks, or she was. She is tired of blocks, so we are going to get rid of that because he's always sick. We're going to have Pop Up here give her some love. Instead, make her feel a little bit better. And then we're going to go check on Odessa, who is up here sleeping instead of taking care of her children. And it looks like she's not sleeping well. And that is because she has this buff that says difficult feelings. It is hard to be near a child who inspires much more panic and sadness than it does joy. It's not the child's fault. It's not necessarily the parent's fault either. Were Odessa to try to explain it to others, she would be met with nothing but horror and judgment. Yet how is one supposed to force themselves to not feel the sadness they feel and to feel a happiness they do not? And perhaps there is love for this child somewhere within Odessa. Perhaps. But as of now, it cannot be found or felt, overrun by upset. So it's pretty apparent that Odessa wants nothing to do with her children at this time, which is why Grandma and Pop-Pop are taking care of them. So we are going to let her finish feeding Shiloh, and then we're just going to have her set her back so she can sleep a little bit. And then I'm going to have Rhiannon come into the kitchen and we're going to let her make some dinner for the family. I would like to assume that it is about February in the game. So February or March, rather. So we're going to make something more comfort food-like. And I think we're going to do the French onion soup, which I am not a fan of in real life, but this is The Sims. So she's going to make the French onion soup. We're going to have Pop here, set Noah down on the couch. Nope, that's not what I wanted. We're going to have him put Noah here. And Shiloh does not want to take her nap. So we are going to put on the Kids Network. But I think instead of the Kids Network, we're going to watch Pony Up Kids. And I do have Wicked Whims installed, so if you see something kind of suspicious, like, just ignore it. So we're gonna have Noah watch TV. Shiloh finally fell asleep. We're gonna have Pop-Pop clean that up. And once again, she is still up here sleeping. Out here we have Cove. This is Odessa's little brother. I'm actually gonna pull up her relationships real quick so that I can show you guys kind of where we're at. So I've already shown... Hello? I've already shown Gabriel's relationship with Odessa, but let's kind of look at her relationship with her family. So we'll start off with Sage. Sage is her older sister. She's about 2 years older than Odessa. They have, ignore her job, that's not her job. They have a super great relationship. When Odessa was a child, she felt like Sage was the only one who really understood her. Sage was a lot more gentle with her than her parents were. And because she's the oldest sibling, she did kind of take on that parental status. She took care of her younger siblings when her parents were at work. So Odessa and Sage have a really good relationship. She has moved away to Brightchester, so she doesn't really get to see her that often anymore, which does make her a little bit sad. And then we'll show their youngest sibling. We've got Cove here. So Cove is the baby of the Howell family. So she doesn't really have a great relationship with Cove. They always kind of butted heads. After Cove was born, Odessa really just kind of changed. And so their status is they're just kind of acquaintances, and there's really not a whole lot here. And as of right now, Cove is really not thrilled that Odessa moved back home with his nieces, and he kind of wishes that it was just his nieces and not so much Odessa that came back. And then for her parents, she does not have a great relationship with her parents. Her mom is a little bit more understanding. They're good friends. They have an amazing compatibility. I mean, they have a pretty good relationship still. When Odessa got pregnant with Noah when she was 17, Rhiannon was kind of the one who, while Lucas, her father, was really, really upset, Rhiannon was kind of there to be like, look, I know we aren't thrilled about this, but we'll make it through. So she has a pretty good relationship with her mom. Her dad is another story. They do not have a great relationship. Ever since Odessa got pregnant, they just haven't really been able to reconcile. And he's always just kind of been fed up with her. She's obviously the problem child, and it seems like she's just never going to change. So he and her do not really get along. And then we've got Noah, her oldest daughter. So things are really difficult with Noah. If you're from my TikTok, you have seen that Gabriel was the one who took care of Noah. Odessa was just kind of there. Odessa and Noah, they dislike each other. She is an unwanted child, but she is a child that's in her custody. So her sentiment is unwanted child. Odessa is still struggling to come to terms with having this child, which you would think that she would get over it because Noah is almost 3. But then we've got Shiloh, and same thing, just a child in Odessa's custody. She's also an unwanted child. And this brings us to Donovan, which they do not have a great relationship. They were together when they were in high school. He cheated on Odessa. They broke up. She went to Gabriel, and then she ended up cheating on Gabriel with Donovan. So she kind of came full circle. But their relationship is now very awkward since she got pregnant. And we'll go to her family tree. So you can see she's got her 2 daughters. Noah is biologically Gabriel's child, but then you have Shiloh, and Shiloh is biologically Donovan's child, and I did not know he had 3 other children. Cool. I did not know about these guys. I may cheat this to not, I don't know, we'll figure out what happens with them. But Shiloh is Donovan's child that he refuses to accept. He refuses to believe that he has children. And basically, when Odessa told him that she was pregnant and it was his, he cut off all contact. It's been about, I'd say 10 to 12 months since she told him that she was pregnant. Obviously, she has had his baby, and they have not spoken. So Shiloh has actually never met her father. So he is not in her relationship panel at all, just Gabriel. And you can see she loves Gabriel. Shiloh can't seem to stop smiling and giggling around Gabriel. What an amazing bond. And even though Shiloh is not his child, he treated her no differently than he treated Noah. And in the short time that they had together, he really took care of her and he really bonded with her. Now you kind of know a little bit more of the relationship. We're going to come back down here. I'm going to have him clean up this bottle again since he decided not to. I don't know why he's not doing it. Okay, there we go. So she's almost done with the soup. I'm also going to have him clean out this coffee pot. And so dinner is ready. So she's going to set this down. And I'm going to have her put Noah here. The baby. Oh, the baby's awake. But she's still tired. Okay, so what does she need? So she's pretty good on all fronts. She's just tired. So I think what we're going to have her do, we're going to wake Odessa up because she gets grumpy when someone comes into the room when she's trying to sleep because God forbid anyone interrupt her beauty sleep. So we're going to have Odessa come here, use the restroom. I'm going to have Cove come downstairs and get himself some dinner. I'm going to have him put Shiloh in her crib, have her sleep. Shiloh to bed. Make sure he comes downstairs and actually eats. I keep hitting the wrong button. Okay, so she's putting Noah in her high chair. We're gonna get her some food. And I think what we're gonna give her for dinner, we're gonna give her some chicken nuggets. And then we're gonna, okay. Just walk straight through the mirror. Yep. So we're going to have him grab some dinner after that. Odessa's going to come downstairs and grab dinner. And she will do the same after she gives Noah her food. And I'm going to have him chit-chat with her. So she and Cove has a pretty good relationship with all of his nieces, all 2 of them. I'm going to have him tell her a story. And because he's still so young, Cove is probably like 17 years old, 17, 18. So he's still living at home. He has not yet. Oh, and she's sad again because she's near one of her children. So Shiloh is up here throwing a fit because she's fighting her sleep. But Cove has a really good relationship with his nieces. Of course, Odessa is miserable because she's near one of her children. And let's have him kind of chit-chat with her a little bit. They're not very close at all, so I don't even know, like, what they would talk about. I guess we'll just do get to know. Oh, they're gonna get up and give each other a hug. That annoys me so much. Or they're just gonna switch seats? And we're only gonna play with these guys until Gabriel gets off of work at 10, so we've only got a little bit longer with our Howells. We're gonna chit chat with the baby again. Just gonna talk about day. Gonna have him talk to his wife. Gonna give compliments, heartfelt compliment. Yay, the food is good. And they're not close. Sometimes the Sims do stuff that, and they're gonna get up and hug too. This irritates me so bad. I don't know why they have to do this every time. I'm gonna have him sit back down, even though this is not where he was sitting before. Okay, so Cove is done with his food. Who is this for? Would you say that Odessa and Cove have a difficult family dynamic? Yes, I would. So Odessa's not really going to do much after she eats. She doesn't really help out around the house. I'm gonna have her go and kind of slump down on the couch and just watch TV. And we're gonna watch, I don't know what we're gonna watch. There used to be a music channel and for some reason I cannot find it. Like, did I imagine that? I'm not sure. So we're just gonna have her watch Sitcom Central and I'm actually gonna keep the light in here off just because it fits the vibe. She wants to sit in the dark. Where are you going? Okay, whatever, we're playing musical chairs. Okay, so I'm gonna have Pop Up here. He's going to come upstairs and what's this say? Noah is happy to have a new sibling. Noah loves her little sister so much. She has a relationship with Shiloh that's very similar to the relationship that Sage and Odessa have had. So that makes me really happy. That was done in game. Like, I didn't cheat that at all. But we're gonna have him stop talking to her and we're going to potty train Miss Noah and then put Noah to bed. We're gonna read her a bedtime story. And I'm gonna have Cove clean up the dishes. I'm gonna pull this off. We're gonna have him clean up. Girl, sit on the couch. No, I don't think Lucas and Noah would have a strict family dynamic. He's like, with Noah and Shiloh, he is the pushover grandpa for sure. So I'm gonna say no to that. I'm gonna have her actually sit on the couch if she wouldn't mind. Are you done eating or just zoning out? So I'm gonna have Cove put this away, and then I'm gonna have him use the restroom down here. And then I think he's just gonna come up here and relax. And I think that's all we're going to do with the Howells. So let's head back over to Evergreen Harbor and hang out with Gabe a little bit more. Gabriel is home from work now. He still has a hangover. He is exhausted. And instead of eating dinner, he is drinking once again. Right now, this is the only thing that makes him feel better. And it's really the only thing he looks forward to. Like I have said multiple times, he is not handling anything well right now. He spent almost 3 years of his life just glued to his daughter. He has not been alone really ever. He's either had his uncle, or he's had Odessa, or he's had Noah, and all of this has just been taken away from him. So he's feeling pretty good now. He had a cool drink, says, "Oh, the smell of hops and malt." I actually do not like the smell of either of those. We are actually going to have him grab another drink. This is Somic and Severinka's mod. I can't remember which one. If you Google it, it's like the first one. And this is just how he's been living life. Like, he just goes to work, goes to sleep, and drinks. And I think after this, we're just going to have him go to bed. And his arm does this weird thing because I have a height slider in. All right, so now he is wasted. Off 2 beers? Jeez. I do have him. He is an alcohol heavyweight. Sims with this trait need more units of alcohol to get drunk. Okay, we're gonna have him go to sleep. We're gonna have him use the restroom first. This behavior, this way of life is just really not typical for him. He does not act this way. He does not live this way. For all intents and purposes, he has hit rock bottom. He was always like, his apartment with Odessa was always spotless. He didn't leave dishes and bottles and trash around. He was always making sure everything was clean. But at this point in his life, like, who is he trying to clean for other than himself? And he doesn't really care about himself right now. We're gonna have him just go to bed. Nice. He's not going to brush his teeth or anything. He didn't even want to eat. We're just going to have him get in his pajamas and go to sleep. Or he's going to pass out. You were right at your bed, my guy. Okay, so he's going to pass out instead. I don't know if that was, I mean, obviously it was from his energy level being so low. We're going to pretend it was because he's so drunk. Are you kidding right now? I actually never let my Sims get to this point. Like, are you serious? He is down for the count. Okay. So we're going to let him, I guess, sleep that off a little bit. Okay, now can you go to sleep? You were literally right here.
Narga!
Okay. Or you could sleep. So he's gonna go to sleep, and I think we are going to end this episode here. This was a little bit of a boring episode, but I am just getting started with this Let's Play. I appreciate everybody who has taken the time to watch this episode. I hope you guys join me for the next one. So for now, I'm just gonna wrap things up here, but I hope to see you again, and I'll catch you next time for another story.